As we embark on our third day of our Alaska road trip, we set out on a journey from Anchorage to the quaint town of Talkeetna. The small town, located just 2 hours from Anchorage, is known for its stunning views of the Denali Mountains, and we had great expectations for flight-seeing trip that we had booked. Upon check-in, we were met with yet another surprise. Our flight schedule for 1 p.m. had been cancelled due to inclement weather. In the effort to salvage our trip, we rescheduled for a possible 6 p.m. flight with the slim hopes of the weather clearing up. With most of the afternoon to spare, we wandered around the small town searching for something to do. It was during this search that we stumbled upon Mahay Jetboat Adventures, a Talkeetna River cruise. The river cruise was on a medium-sized jet boat with over 40 passengers, mostly from large cruise ships. The Talkeetna River originates in the Chugach Mountains and flows 150 miles before emptying into the Talkeetna River. It supplies the locals and the bears, salmon, rainbow trout, and a variety of other fish. Mid-cruise, we landed on the adventure site by the river, which offered a glimpse into the rich history of the Dena'ina Indians, who were the earliest settlers in the area. We visited an authentic trapper's cabin complete with original furnishings. Our guide was knowledgeable and provided an in-depth look at how trappers lived in bush Alaska at the turn of the century. She even had furs from the local area on display and demonstrated traditional trapping methods. We also learned about the different wildflowers and edible plants that the native Indians used for cooking and medicine. The highlight of the trip was when a passenger spotted a brown bear walking along on the railroad tracks along the riverbank. Though we caught a glimpse of the majestic creature, it was too far for our cameras to capture. As the day came to a close and we received a text message that our 6 p.m. flight was a go, we eagerly made our way back to the flight office. The weather around the Denali Mountains had not improved, so instead of flying north, we would fly south and forego the glacier landing. Despite the disappointment of the bad weather preventing us from flying north to see Denali glaciers up close, our sightseeing flight with the K2 Aviation in Talkeetna was still an extraordinary experience. The pilot was knowledgeable and provided a narration of the sights and points of interest along the way. The plane we flew was a small Cessna aircraft which provided an intimate and unique experience. The good-sized windows on the plane offered panoramic views of the surroundings, and the views were truly breathtaking. The small plane allowed us to get up close and personal with the snow-capped peaks and azure-blue glaciers of the Chugach Mountain Range. We were initially disappointed that we would not be able to land on the glaciers, but the flight was still well worth the cost, and it was a highlight of our Alaska trip. The only reason we went to Talkeetna was that it was where the K2 Aviation flights were based. If you are going that way and if you are staying at the Talkeetna Inn, you should also ask for a $25 discount per person for the flight. Despite the bad weather, we were able to fulfill our wish of flying over the glaciers, and it made us even more excited to head to Denali National Park.